It's time now for the award-winning #1 local talk show in Northeast Pennsylvania, The Sam Lesante Show. Now here's your host, Sam Lesante.
Well, welcome everyone to the Mayor's Report. You know, we do the Mayor's Report every month. We do one in Pottsville with Mayor Dave Clues, and we do one with Mayor Jeff Cusat in Hazleton. And we're in Jeff Cusat's office today. I want to thank those people who are really learning a lot about the city. That's the whole purpose of the show, my friends, is to let you know what's going on in Hazleton. And remember, Hazleton being the city it is, affects a lot of areas, okay? Mayor, thanks for having me again in your office.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, anyway, look, you have a lot to talk about today. You know, we have the year in review. I have a couple of questions, and we get them at the end. Let's give the viewers a review of what happened last year and what direction we're going into.
Okay. This is basically a presentation that we give every year. The year in review, we usually give it in January. This year we got bumped back a little bit, and we're going to be giving it the end of February at a red carpet breakfast. So you're going to get a little preview of the year in review. This is our 2023 council. You know, Allison and Jack served very well for us. You know, they have moved on. One of the biggest things we did this year was we exited Act 47. You know, we went into it. We had a program with 89 recommendations. We completed 87 of them. The 2 that were not completed were deemed unnecessary at the end. So we did come in and go out relatively quickly. I think we were the fastest out of Act 47, very successful and in good financial situation. I met with Senator Argo and Representative Watrow. We meet on a monthly basis and talked about upcoming projects and things the city wants to do and what we have done. And you know, so we did see those meetings be positive. The ARPA money, the American Rescue Plan Act money, we've been doing a lot of stuff with that. So when the ARPA money came out, you know, we looked at what we needed in the next 5 to 10 years, and we kind of used that money instead of utilizing a capital budget and raising taxes to put money into a capital budget and slowly getting to these things. So some of the things that we did was we purchased 3 fire engines. We got the twins, number 2 and number 5 are in service, and we have a new ladder truck coming, should be here early March. The city got a little over $17 million from basically the COVID money, to recover the city after it was over. So we put it towards some good uses and stuff that the city needed to move forward. For our stormwater, we were able to use it for stormwater. So we bought a new Vector truck, a new street sweeper, and we installed our own salt shed. That way we could get more salt in, cheaper prices, and then we could maintain the streets, the stormwater system by not allowing stuff to get into the existing system. We purchased a rescue vehicle for our special response team. And then we also purchased a police department. The old high school, we turned it into a police station, state-of-the-art, give ourselves some more identity, move some people out of City Hall and make room for the county, which will be moving in. All 11 row offices plus Veterans Affairs will be moving in sometime in the next few months to give us a presence down here in southern Luzerne County. We also funded the flock camera system. That's the license plate reader system throughout the city. We've talked about that many times. That has been funded through this ARPA recovery money. We also did some playgrounds. We did St. Stan's, put 6 pickleball courts in. We totally redid the 12th Ward playground. We named it Roosevelt Park. We put in an artificial turf wiffle ball field and new playground equipment. City View Park, we did the inclusive playground. It's where kids could play together with all kind of children. It's beautiful, beautiful place. And we started Pine Street Playground. Put some new equipment in there now, and we have another grant that's going to be finishing that up. Last year we also hired, I believe for the first time, we have a athletic director, and we'll be putting together a lot of programs for the children, bringing back Solo Sereni, some tennis, some baseball.
Oh, that's great.
So there's a lot of stuff that's going to be being announced for the spring, in the spring for the summer programs. This was the ribbon cutting up at the City View Park. The D'Angelo family bought naming rights to it. We couldn't have been. It wouldn't have been possible without the All One Foundation, the D'Angelo family, Luzerne Foundation, some donations that came in through the Standard Speaker. So it's a beautiful park up there. This is the Roosevelt Park wiffle ball field. Over 100 children showed up for the ribbon cutting that afternoon. The pickleball courts being used tremendously.
Do you play pickleball?
I haven't. I plan to.
It's really on the upswing, I'm telling you.
And because of the playgrounds are so thick, we actually have an app to reserve space at the playgrounds.
Yeah.
So if you want to reserve one of the parks for your organization to practice baseball or the courts, we have an application for that. See this Can-Do Park. We start at the third phase of the Can-Do Park on corner of Broad and Laurel Street. These are some of the annual events that we had. The Easter Bunny Trail, over 800 children showed up last year.
Wow.
This year we had the Halloween Trail, 643 kids. We sit there and click them.
Wow.
The Christmas tree lighting. We got together with Can-Do, the Chamber, the Downtown Alliance, the library, and turned it into a real nice city event, community event. Santa Claus was here this year, 3 different parades, 3 weeks, 3 parades. Yep. We went almost 40 miles through the city, giving candy to all the children. Yes. We had Unico had a little Christmas nativity up at the Christmas Village on my own Diamond and Church. And then there's a couple things that were coming up this year. We're going to have some concerts up at the park and the annual firework event. This is some of the work we've done with the ARPA money was the stormwater system again. And a lot of these we do on our own. And there's a lot of detail that has to go into them. And we save a lot of money by doing these inlets ourselves. The code department, how many calls we've handled.
Wow.
So it's pretty extensive, and the rental part 3,449.
What are these? Are these are these complaints or are these areas?
Over 3,000 property registrations, 362 handicap signs. Okay. There's 1,167 complaints. Okay. We went for 180 hearings this year. There's a lot of action up there. Here's some building inspector. We brought our own building inspector in. 729 building inspections last year. Mm-hmm. The zoning department, 1 calls. All the digging. 1,400 1 calls came in. The land bank. We brought several properties, put them back on the tax rolls. So it's working out very well for us. Community development. The grants, a couple of the grants that we received this year. LSA, $500,000 for the renovation at City Hall. $300,000 for the YMCA, which I know a lot of people are asking. We're hoping to have that open by October. That's the goal to have.
When you're getting these grants, I mean, Joe works on these.
The community development with Joe Zeller and Allison Keegan, they handle most of the grants that come in.
A lot of money coming in. That's great.
We've been very lucky. Working with Senator Argel and Representative Watrow, both great guys, help us out a lot. The police department, 32,000 calls last year.
Wow.
3,900 traffic stops. We got a lot of grant money last year. I think we have over $400,000 in grant money for extra patrols last year. So we've been out there, really pounding the.
Now, how many do you have in the force right now?
Right now, there's 48 active, and there's 3 cadets we have in school.
Now, is that what you need?
No, we would like to get. When I came in, I wanted to get to 56. So hopefully we can get to 56. Ideally, we want to be in the 64 range. We're pretty far off on that. Recruiting right now it's tough everywhere throughout the country. The transit department, we've talked about this for several years now. We're hoping to have this building opened later this year. It's PennDOT, federally and state funded bus facility up by the airport.
And all the buses will be...
The buses will all be stored, maintained, washed, fueled up in that location. And then once it's complete, the state is going to turn the building over to the city, and it'll become one of our assets.
Good.
Hazleton the airport sold 120,000 gallons of fuel last year. We're very, very active up there. Marriages, I did 400. I did my 483rd wedding. We've done the recycling events, the paper shredding events, the electronic recycling events. This comprehensive plan, we should talk about this a little bit more. This is maybe after the next show, maybe we could talk about this comprehensive plan. It was a comprehensive plan that was done for Hazleton, West Hazleton, and Hazel Township. It's going to put us in a position to get more grants, because if it's part of the comprehensive plan, we kind of move up the ladder for grant on the
You're
grant
consolidating?
application. No, we're not consolidating, but we came together to show that this plan, projects within this plan benefit the entire community, so that it gets a better score on grant applications.
Gotcha. Folks, are here at the Mayor's Report, Mayor Jeff Cusat, and as you know, we do also the Mayor's Report and possible Mayor Dave Clues. Learning a lot what's going on. Come back, we'll talk about taxes. We'll talk about some other things that are important for you. Stay with us. Well, welcome back to the Mayor's Report, my friends. I'm Sam Lesante, and thank you for tuning in. And anyone who has any questions that you like, any mayor, Jeff Cusat, Sam at ssptv.com, and of course, we do Mayor Dave Clues. And we want to thank the Hazleton Public Transit. These are the people that are making these shows possible, and we run the transit show. You have to watch and see what's going on if you haven't seen it already. They absolutely do a fabulous job. Now, we have some taxes. People do not like to hear that word taxes, but I think we got good news in general, right? I mean, when you started with the EIT, which is the earned income tax, things progressed. So tell us how those things progressed.
We did come out of Act 47 financially sound. However, there are several things that came up this year that are not planned for, and that some of them are, but they're just out of the ordinary things. This year taxes are going up 20%. But there's four reasons they're going up. It's not that we're giving giant raises or hiring more people. We had a state finding with our pensions. They're at 21.4% of pensionable payroll cannot be covered under the Act 205 EIT tax. Therefore, we had to increase property taxes by $625,000 to cover that. But in exchange, we cut the Act 205 earned income tax rate in half. So if you were paying 1.25% in the pensionable, the Act 205 that went towards the pension, you're now paying 0.625%. So your Act 205 wage tax got cut in half. Now the total EIT tax, I know everybody got a letter this week, and it shows that it went down but not in half. There's three parts to the EIT tax. 1% goes to the school district, 0.5% goes to the city, and then 0.625% goes towards the Act 205 pensionable, the pension for the city. So there's three components that make up the earned income tax. We cut the Act 205 pension tax in half, so that there was a little bit of confusion, but yeah, it's still a big savings for a lot of people that live in the city and working. The other factors are that we're hit with a mandated for a stormwater GIS plotting. It's part of the MS4 plan that everybody's mandated to do. That was $98,000, and although we did pay off most of our debt early, we do have one loan left that has a balloon payment this year and next year. So that balloon payment increased $433,000. And then council also put in $200,000 to do additional paving this year. So that's where the money is going this year. That's the increase. It's not that we're blowing money.
Yeah. In terms of revenue, Okay, other than taxes, where else are you getting your revenue for in the city?
Well, mostly permits, inspection fees, but a majority of the money comes in through the
So real estate is important.
real estate. Real estate
It's
and
key.
earned income. That's the two. Yes.
Yeah. So as the city grows, there's where the income comes in. Is there any developments happening in the near future that will generate additional real estate tax?
The more people that work and live in the city, the better off we are. Obviously, our goal is to get as many people to have good jobs, so that earned income tax comes in. That's where a lot of our money comes from. So we just came up with an incentive for residential properties. So if anybody that will build a new construction home in the city, we are giving a 10-year tax abatement. It's a sliding scale. We're trying to motivate people to move into the city, work here, and then we'll get property that was vacant. We'll now get property tax on it. Plus, you'll get the EIT tax from the person working. You'll get transfer taxes. You'll get all those little taxes that come along with it. Your permit fees, inspection fees. All that. So that's what we're trying to really motivate people to move to the city and not move outside the city.
Yeah. So when you look at, and that was one of the questions came in, when you're looking at the taxing of 20% tax increase, when it settles, they're getting money back somewhere, right, from the EIT and other areas. So what is the bottom line there? Would it end up being 5% out of their?
It's hard to say, because some people that are not working, they're seeing the property tax increase.
Okay.
They're not getting any savings.
Right.
A person that owns a property, lives here, and works here, they're going to see the majority of the benefits from it. Some of them people actually save money this year.
Yeah.
There are different scenarios. They were explained. Dan explained them in editorials. But another thing we want to talk about is the debt has been paid down. So we have one loan that has interest. We have the $433 balloon payment this year. Next year, the final balloon payment is $607,000. So we are looking at a little bit of. There's definitely going to be some stretching next year at the end of the year, because we have that payment, $600,000. Our water authority payment, our master service agreement with the water authority. Back in 2015, City Council decided to take that payment, the 2025 payment, back then instead of raising taxes, which is going to leave a $425,000 hole next year in the budget. And also our COPS grant expires. We had COPS that were being paid for by a grant. That expires. That's $400,000. And then next year there are approximately $300,000 in taxes, contract increases that'll be coming. So next year, if we don't get some growth this year, if we don't get some inspection money coming in, permits, next year could be a little shaky also.
Is there anything in the making that you see that would be able to bring some kind of additional revenue?
We are working with the developers. That we're very close on bringing in plans for two larger facilities, and we're also working with a residential developer. So hopefully that their plans come in, so we can start working on those projects before the end of this year, so we could recognize that revenue next year. The one other thing we wanted to talk about is back in 2016, 48% of taxes went towards services. Now we're up to 72% of taxes are going towards services. So we're getting more. The taxes are, but we're getting more services. So it really, that's an increase of 50%. So more of your money is going towards services. We're buying better equipment. We have better, infrastructure in the city. So we're doing better and all that. It's a slow process.
Jeff, you talked about something that was very important. I know when I was the chairman of the board of the trustees, my communication with the officials, senators, representatives, etc., and that's great that you're meeting with these people every month to be able to find out what's happening, because there's a lot out there. I know Joe works on a lot of grants, and there's a lot of opportunities are out there. It all boils down to management. If you don't have great management, it just falls apart. So I got to applaud you for that. I mean, that's extremely important. I was able to raise millions of dollars in the 10 years I was there, you know. And that's the same thing, I think, scenario you're doing with working with Wacho and working with Argo, two great representatives, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, we have a great relationship. I had a great relationship with the last, senator and state representative also. We've been very, very lucky over the last 8 years to see funding coming into the city. Our congressmen, the last couple of congressmen, we've been very lucky. The Act 47 grants were very helpful for the city. So we've been extremely lucky with the amount of grants that we've gotten.
I want to talk about the Hazleton Public Transit. We did a show there, and it's amazing how many people did not know, okay, what is available with the Transit Authority. I mean, it's just amazing, isn't it?
It is. Actually, we met with the hospital last week, and the first thing that came up was, people are having a hard time getting to. Look, we have the door-to-door services. Yeah. So I gave them a copy of the video that we made. It's very informative how we take people from their house or from pickup and take them out to Humboldt, to the cancer center up there, to the hospital, to the urgent cares. Like we go, so it's a very educational video. It came out very, very well.
Yeah. Well, we play it every day all around the town, so it's looking. Not bleak, but it looks like it's going to be a fairly decent year, though, right?
I'm positive. That things are going to go well. Unfortunately, it was a tax increase, but we should have money to finish the year out. Every year we're grinding it out and hopefully to finish up. And we are financially stable. We did build a surplus fund. So this year we do not have to take a tax anticipation loan. So that's going to save us $50,000 to $80,000 by not having to borrow money off of a bank and pay it back with taxes. We're basically borrowing it off ourselves, and we'll be paying it back. So there are a lot of moving parts that are putting us in a better situation for the future.
Well, Mayor, next month we're going to talk about the comprehensive plan, huh? Yes. That's exciting. Okay, we're here with Mayor Jeff Cusat. That's called the Mayor's Report. And of course, we also do the mayor in Pottsville, Dave Clewes. We hope you're getting an education on what's happening in the city. You have any questions, any comments, sam@ssptv.com. We're 24/7. Thank you for making the Sam Lesante Show the #1 talk show in northeastern Pennsylvania. We'll see you next time.